Okay, good idea.
They just go with the flow. It's the Hershey and Keegs Show.
Welcome to Hershey and the Keegs Show, starring pitcher Mark Hirschman and his personal catcher, Mike Keegan. Every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. live from the Governor's Comedy Club radio studio. Thanks so much for listening.
Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. It's Tuesday night, 9 p.m. We are back, and we're better than ever. We're
Sounds like you're in peak form, buddy.
We had a couple days off, and I'm feeling good.
You're peak form.
I'm just happy to be back. Back to reality. I was on vacation, and yesterday I went back to work, and today I'm back at the show, so I'm just happy, and I'm excited to be here. It's the Hershey and the Keegs Show, ladies and gentlemen. You guys are here. We're happy you're here. Let me share this. I forgot to start sharing it.
Yeah, Tony, we were so happy to see each other and rekindle that we didn't even realize that Tony was starting the show.
Yeah.
It felt like you started with a little bit of like a Wolfman Jack radio voice today.
I think I'm working on.
Well, is that what you were learning down there?
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen.
Is that what? Is that what you learned down in North Carolina?
That's my podcasting workshop.
Were you learning like 1970s radio voice? Amazing. Welcome back, dude. We definitely missed you. We'll start by just briefly reflecting on last week that we tried something out for the first time.
Yes.
We had a guest co-host, our very dear friend, show contributor, Rich Pig Vomit Kleiman.
Mr. Vomit.
And let's give PV some props, man. You know what? He came, he had a little bit of an intro that was great. He came prepared. Not easy walking into a spot where this is an established, well-known, famous podcast. He came in here, could have been nervous, could have been gun-shy, but he came at it. He brought his material, and he let's give him an A for effort, and it was a smooth show. We had some laughs, so kudos to Pig Vomit.
Yeah,
and
Rich, thanks for filling in for me.
Yeah,
and,
man, absolutely.
And I enjoyed it. And
did you actually? I didn't know if you were traveling or you were in Costa Rica.
I was traveling. I was on a plane back, but I listened to it.
You did
after, yeah.
Yeah. So kudos to PV. That was I think it was an honor for him. It was certainly appreciated by us. We didn't want to have too many weeks in a row. I know there's another week coming up where the studio is not available. I think someone's away. Tony's in London or something like that.
Tony's going to London for 3 hours.
Tony's doing one of his half-hour London trips where he's going to fly in, have tea and crimpets, and then fly right home.
I'm actually going for 5 days this time.
Whoa!
Nice.
Holy shit!
He's going to come back with an accent now.
Yeah. So you're taking a boat there. You're going to be there for how long? You'll be in England proper. You'll be there for about a half hour, 2 hours.
Something like that.
All right. When is that? Is that coming up like in a week or two?
I am leaving Monday, and I'll be back. So Monday the 19th, I'll be back Saturday the 24th.
Okay, so so that was really the thing. If we didn't have a show last week and then not next week, it would have been an issue for us. So, like I said, PV stepped in and he hit a home run, and way to go, PV. Thank you so kindly. But certainly we need to start with Mike has been off in the Asheville Comedy Festival in North Carolina, making us proud. I assume you won, right? Or
I won the whole thing.
You did.
$10,000.
$10,000.
No,
okay.
Actually, it's actually not a contest. It's more of like an industry showcase.
Oh, I didn't realize there was no contest.
Yes,
I thought
it's not a contest.
All right.
What they do is they pick 40 comics and they get 4 different showcases. One Thursday, one Friday, 2 on Saturday. 10 comics each showcase. And what a group of comics they picked, man. Like, there was not. I didn't get to go to the Saturday shows because I had to fly back. To do a show a Sunday.
Sunday, yes.
But I watched the Thursday night show. I was on the Friday night show.
Right.
And there was not one dud.
Not a dud.
And all these people they picked. Like, these people know what they're doing. The guy Charlie that runs this thing.
This isn't a joke, this place.
They've been doing this festival for 16 years.
Yep.
He's been in comedy and entertainment for a very long time. He was actually Tom Segura's college roommate.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And Tom Segura headlined the show.
Unreal.
It was a really cool experience because I made a lot of really good friends. That sounds lame, but
yeah, that's
good.
So Mike basically went to summer camp for a week.
Went to summer camp.
That's it.
Yeah, I hooked up with a girl. She's from Canada. You wouldn't know her.
No, of course.
But I'll tell you, they put this thing together. The thing runs like a top.
Yeah.
All the shows are at this place, the Diana Wortham Center.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice 500-seat theater.
Wow.
Sold out for the shows. They have it catered for us. They have everyone get together for an after party after each of the shows at this barbecue restaurant.
Wow.
And it's just great for networking. And then they have workshops during the day.
Yeah, you were texting me some stuff.
Yeah, I was bothering the shit out of you.
Yeah, no, I like that.
It was exciting because they had like some podcasting workshops, and I didn't think we needed any help, but they had a couple good tips.
Surprising, we could always use.
I could have taught the thing with how well we do.
You could have taught all of them. Yeah.
But no, I learned a ton. The workshops were great. It was just a cool experience. They had a lot for us to do.
So compared to the other, you've been to other festivals over the past 10 years or whatever. Yeah. As far as the way you were treated, as far as the meals and the barbecue and how did this rank?
I've never been to a festival where they accommodate you so well. Most festivals I've done, it's almost like they feel like they're doing you a favor by letting you be a part of it.
Right.
Here they were just like so gracious that we came out there.
Yeah.
Every show was catered, delicious food.
So legit, not
they
like
had
fucking
after parties,
crappy heroes. This was like you're getting chafing dishes.
They had these bacon wrapped meatballs.
Oh my God! Say no more.
I've ever had
That's
in
worth
life.
the whole goddamn festival.
Pulled pork. They had all kinds of dips, and they had brisket, and they had
man alive,
wings, and everything he did was catered. All the workshops. You go to the workshop in the morning.
Food at the workshops.
They have breakfast tacos and donuts for you.
Stop it.
Yeah, and they're just like, I will not stop it because but they were, and it was just such a great experience. And, any comics that don't submit to next year, you're an idiot.
Do you think? I know that Monty has been on it multiple times. Is it the kind of thing that you would keep on going back, or is it enough that you had the experience and now you're gonna spread your wings, go to other festivals, maybe?
Yeah, I want to go back to this one every year. I've done some festivals that were complete duds.
Okay.
This one I would go back to every year and either just go and to hang and network and not even be on the shows.
Okay.
It's a cool town too, Asheville. It's
It's
actually a very liberal little town.
Okay.
In North Carolina, they call it. It's like a little blue pocket that they have.
Oh, so that must have been horrific for you.
It was.
Yeah.
I got there.
Yeah.
First thing I did, I walked out of my hotel room and I saw an interracial couple. It was
wow.
a black guy and a white girl.
Did you even know what to do?
I was almost going to tell them, like, you know where we are? Don't do this.
This is NC
here.
Yeah,
take this inside. We're in North Carolina.
Right.
And then I see, like, they were very comfortable, and then I just see, like, there were pride flags, and then every place you walk by, it's either a microbrewery or a weed dispensary.
So Mike Keegan flew into his worst nightmare.
Exactly, I know. I called it Wokeville, USA the whole time I was there.
Jesus Christ.
It was, but you know what? I get along with these people. Like, I understand them.
Yeah.
You know, we all make mistakes.
Right, of course.
But
right.
But it wasn't the North Carolina I was expecting.
Yeah.
But it's a very cool town.
It wasn't the North Carolina you dreamed of.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I understood.
A lot of white dudes with dreadlocks.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of like when there's 500 people in the theater. I'm like, if you guys are all here, like, who's hacking all the sacks? You bunch of hippies.
Yeah. It's good that you used the Zach Galifianakis clip to go ahead and did you use that?
I didn't use it on stage.
I'm going to say that would have been something because people do know that it's only been viral for the past 5 years.
No,
so.
I didn't use it on stage, but like,
right.
It's just it was not the North Carolina I was expecting, but it was a very cool town. Everybody was very, very nice.
Yeah,
the festival was phenomenal, and the comics that they picked for this thing,
killer.
Just everybody.
How did the audience feel when they saw a comic from New York wrapped in a Trump blanket? how did that work out for them?
With my MAGA flag.
You were waving a MAGA flag in a...
I'm like, this is North Carolina. I had a Confederate hat on. It was,
Unbelievable.
No, I did not do politics at the show.
Smart, man. Yeah. So smart.
But the crowd was awesome, too. Like, you could tell, like, they sell, like passes where you get into every event of the festival.
there's like full weekend passes, or I just want to see Mike Keegan show, so I'll spend $1 for that night.
And so many people had like the full week passes. So you could tell like this town looks forward to this festival every year.
Okay.
So when they come out to the shows, they're just like fired up and ready to
go.
So
what do you think the full weekend pass? I mean, do you have an idea what it costs people?
I don't know what it costs. It's got to be a couple hundred
bucks to see. And then obviously it wasn't just Tom Segura. There was other.
You go to the Tom Segura show and then 4 comic showcases.
Yeah.
So you're going to see 40 something on comics.
Were there other? I know that one festival you were at, like the father from Family Ties was at one time.
Yeah, he was at Boston. Yeah.
So was there, other than Tom, was there any like he was like the big name?
He was
headliner.
the big name. There was a lot of there were a lot of industry people there, like a lot of producers and stuff like that.
That's unbelievable.
But Tom's opener was Kirk Fox. I don't know if you know.
I know
him.
Kirk Fox is. Yeah,
he opened up for.
Yeah,
Tom
he's a name. I mean, for comics at least, he's a name.
Dude, he killed.
Murder.
He opened up for Tom and Murder. The guy was great.
So lucky that you got it was Tom and not Bert Kreischer. With all due respect to Bert Kreischer, we saw Bert perform last summer and it was not an impressive set.
No, he phoned it in and you're doing 15 minutes and he sang the Star Spangled Banner and did his machine joke that everybody knows.
So the question is, that's a very good question. I mean, certainly we're not here to bash comics. We do that before the show and after, and in the green room and every other time we get to talk about it. Yeah. But was Bert mailing it in last summer when we saw him, or he just not?
He was there. I think he was there to showcase his friends.
Okay.
Make some money.
Yeah.
And then just do the hits at the end because he only has a limited amount of time.
Yeah.
And then I guess he feels like it's like going to see Skinner and not hearing Freebird.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I just felt like that type of venue. Like we went to Forest Hills last summer. We saw Shane Gillis and David Tell and Dan Soder, and they were all fucking slaughtering. Yeah. And then you would think that it's your show. You want to go and slaughter too.
Yeah, exactly.
And he did the furthest thing from that. Yeah. With all due respect to Bert, and Segura, I'm sure brought it. He brought it.
Yeah, he brought it. He definitely brought it. He was great.
Okay. Good. So you had overall.
This is their vodka company, by the way.
Pour Osos, which is
they're sponsoring the Hershey and the Keegs show now.
Oh, that's cool. No, that was nice. We've been asking them. Osos is bear in Spanish, so that must the two bear, one cave.
Is the name of their podcast, and then like the background of the comedy festival. They sent like it's a two-headed bear.
Okay,
that was like the background on stage and everything. So because they sponsored the festival also.
And so what was that? About $45?
Yeah. No, they gave us all one.
Shut up! So you guys got some free merch.
We got a little swag bag. We got this. We got a Poroso's shirt. We got some other stuff.
Fuck, man!
And they were throwing hats out to the audience. So I like the hat. I'm not wearing it like as a conversation
it's a dope
piece.
hat, man.
I just actually like this hat a lot.
Yeah, it's super cool. Yeah. What about the accommodations? But you share a room with someone? You get your own room?
I got my own room at the Hilton Garden Inn.
Oh
in
shit!
Asheville, which was beautiful.
Breakfast buffet every day.
They did, but they had breakfast at the workshop, so I didn't do the breakfast at the Hilton.
What a fucking snob!
They have a nice rooftop bar there.
Damn.
It was it was a really nice hotel. It was a little far.
Okay.
Further away than I thought it was going to be from the venue. It was like almost a mile walk, but whatever. It was nice out every day.
It did the trick. So you've been away between the Asheville Comedy Festival and your trip to Costa Rica. You've been away for about 6 months.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. This is I missed 4 episodes.
4 you did. It's been a long stretch.
But, it feels like a lot longer too. We did we did 5 days in Costa Rica.
Unbelievable.
Which is awesome.
And anything that stands out that we should know about, any attacks from
locals
or anything like that? Or?
There were some rabid locals there. It's a scary place at night, but it's a beautiful place.
Though, Costa Rica? This is why I don't like I told you this before. Like, I don't like. That's why I did my family trip in Florida, because these Caribbean locations, or is Costa Rica?
It's the Wild West.
I don't like that. I don't like that family.
Central America.
I don't like that for my family.
I don't like that family.
I don't like that whole family.
I don't like the whole family.
That whole family
people.
of Costa Ricans. I just cannot stand them.
It's a beautiful place, though. We did we did some jet skiing.
Okay. Whoa.
Yeah, we did a little jet skiing. Joanna fell off her jet ski and yelled at us.
Okay, I've done that myself.
We went on a sloth tour. We saw sloths in the wild.
Wild sloths.
And I almost died in a river.
Oh, that would have been amazing for the show.
They have this place there. It's called Rico di Celeste. It's a turquoise river.
Yeah,
I guess it's turquoise because there's like a mineral that the light reflects off of.
Yeah.
And I got swept up in a little bit of current.
Oh, that would have been great.
Dragged out into a little white water.
Yes, sir.
And thank God there's no video footage.
I am glad that you're back. But wait, there's no. Wait, hold on a second. Is there some video you have, Tony?
I hope not. Oh my God.
What is that actually playing on our feed there?
Yeah. So that's me trying to, because Juliana's like, is that okay? Is that okay? Because I'm freaking out in my head because I really think I'm gonna die because not only I'm trying to climb my way back, but all the rocks are full of algae, so they're slippery,
slimy,
they're slimy, so I can't claw my way back. and that just keeps pulling me back a little bit. And if I went back any further, like, it was complete white water that would have.
So it would have been over with. And someone's in the background saying, "You're okay. You're okay." Who is that? You're okay.
Carla's telling me to stand. Carly.
So you had iCarly there?
She's like, just stand up. I'm like, I can't, because the thing that made me the most scared was it kept flipping me over, and I thought I was going to hit my head on a rock and die.
Oh my God!
You know who was taking this video?
Juliana.
Juliana was taking the video. The goddamn tour guide.
Yeah.
Like, I'm paying this guy to tour, and he's zooming in on me dying.
Miguel, you're gonna die. Miguel.
I finally made my way out there, and then you see at the end, Carla is like reaching out in 3 inches of water because it was very shallow.
I'd like to see that a little bit close up after the show. When we have our little after the show hangout.
Yeah,
I want to see that.
It was really scary. Like, Juliana was freaking out. She thought I was gonna, because like I was trying to play it cool.
Yeah.
But I really thought I was gonna die.
And
the goddamn tour guide, he's like a Costa Rica. He's been living in Costa Rica for 50 years.
Right.
Jump in and help me. You know these waters.
You're okay.
You know these waters, don't
So, you're okay?
I'm okay.
Hold on a second. So, Juliana was so frightened that she almost put the phone down?
It takes a lot for that kid to put
Is Daddy
the
okay?
iPad down. Yeah.
Is Daddy okay?
Oh, wait, Roblox.
Is this going to be on TikTok?
Is this gonna mess up my Roblox game?
Oh, my goodness. So, you were a little frightened, but you pulled it out.
I was going to die, yeah.
Can you imagine, like, that certainly wouldn't have been something that I was excited about, coming back and telling people, it's not a gag. Mike did not make it back from CR.
Yeah, exactly.
He didn't make it back.
Yeah, no, exactly. I'm like, this is almost the Hershey and the Walker show. Actually, it was kind of almost the Tony and the Walker show, because isn't there a video of you going around
I think so.
on a jet ski?
Oh no!
Oh my goodness! It's Mark on a jet ski.
Flipping.
We are not good with water sports.
Holy shit!
This was Mark last week in Florida.
2 weeks ago in Fort Lauderdale. This is my first or my second flip. I'm not sure. But, yeah, basically I had flipped off, and after the second flip, the guy came over. I think I talked about this a couple of weeks ago, and he's like, "Are you jumping off?"
They don't believe that.
And I'm like, "No, I'm dying."
The second time you fall off, they're like, "You jumping?"
I'm dying here. So I think we've learned this summer that we should stay on land.
We should stay on land.
We should definitely stay on land.
I can't even go in a 12-inch river. Without almost dying.
You can see, though, this water was rough. I was in rough ocean waters in Fort Lauderdale.
That's amazing. Thank you to Suzanne Galena for sending me this, by the way.
It's interesting. You mentioned Suzanne Galena. If, God forbid, we had gotten word that you had perished in the Costa Rican Bay, the algae bay, we would have had to immediately start considering what we were going to do for permanent co-hosts. If the name was,
it's like the Foo Fighters when their drummer died.
Exactly. Was it going to be Hershey and Pig Vomit, or Hershey and Sue Galena, or Hershey and, like, what were some candidates that we'd have to be considering?
You know what would be a good show? Hershey and the Okerson. You and Carla.
Hershey and the Oak?
Hershey and the Oak.
That would have been it.
Hershey and the Bosque.
Hershey and the Bosque. You and Mario Bosco.
Yeah, absolutely.
That would be. I would watch that show.
They wouldn't be able to tell who's
to find out who's short. Exactly.
Right. Hershey and the Bosque. Hershey and the Oak.
Call it 2 midgets, 1 studio.
That's right. One cup. I'm glad that it didn't come to that. I'm glad you're back.
You're not dead. I'm glad I'm not dead.
I missed you.
Speaking of Suzanne Galena, also.
Yes.
They hosted a birthday party for it. It was Mark's birthday, by the way. Everybody, ladies and gentlemen.
Right.
Happy
Thank
birthday
you,
to Mark.
everybody.
Wish him.
Yeah.
My mom is so pissed.
Yeah.
I was not invited to this birthday party.
Well, it's so funny because I got a, Carla likes to passively aggressively send digs to me. Okay.
Yes.
So what's interesting is that
I don't think we're allowed to call them that.
You know digs with a D.
Oh, okay.
This is not like Seb. not like that.
We have some comments here regarding.
Oh boy.
Yeah, let's do it. Who are the commenters?
Diane Morabito Keegan.
That's my mom.
Happy birthday, Mark. Sorry Michael couldn't make the party.
Yeah.
Speaking of passive aggressive digs.
Interesting.
Rich Lockman says, "What's up?" And then Pig Vomit said he had a great time.
Nice.
He did. So it's interesting. For you guys both know, and anyone who really knows me well knows that I do take note on my birthday and then in subsequent days who has neglected to wish me well on my birthday. Now, what's interesting is that in my mind, you were coming back on Sunday, but we were texting on Saturday. You were texting me throughout the day, look at this workshop, and other things, which you normally do to put the onus in my lap to do everything for the show, so you don't have to. So
I collect the information, I just give it to you.
So Mike did the very difficult service of collecting links of information to send me, and he's like, read all of this.
Dude, I have screenshots. So they had like a slideshow on there. I was just taking screenshots. I'm just gonna send all this shit to Mark.
Yeah, so he just sent me all of it with literally no insight. He didn't actually watch them. He just sent it to me. So at some point during the day, I'm like, this motherfucker doesn't know it's my birthday. Finally, at 9:16 p.m., I know the exact time.
Oh my God!
I get a text that says, "Oh, and happy birthday, Poodle." And I was like, this motherfucker he was 2 hours and 44 minutes away from being in purgatory.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
If I had missed that, and luck, thank God, like, because I just had
you lost
I was
track.
going back and forth, and I was traveling. And I wasn't really looking on Facebook the whole week because also Juliana had broken my phone while I was away.
No, you said that.
Your mother is taking credit. She said she reminded you 3 times that.
She didn't. She reminded me after. She's a liar.
One time.
She's a filthy liar. That lady.
Liar.
She asked me if I wished you a happy birthday, and I said yes, I did. She was making sure I did, but I already had wished you a happy birthday.
That's right.
But thank God I had looked at Facebook on the plane because I saw your post about not ever speaking to people again if they forget your birthday. I'm like,
9 o'clock, that always happens.
And I'm like, I've been texting them all day, and I didn't say
That's right.
thing.
Oh, no wonder why I posted it at 9 like I always do with a 3-hour warning, and then 9:16. Oh, so I guess I should take away the credit. But one of the texts I sent you in the 9:30, 10 o'clock range was, when are you coming back to civilization? And you said, I'm getting on the plane now.
Yeah.
So for all the people, Carla and Diane and anyone else who was being derogatory towards me with you not being invited, you probably didn't arrive home to civilization until 1 a.m.?
11:30.
Yeah.
So both of them did bring up the point that I'm sure you guys were still out at 11:30. I could have stopped by.
I would say the majority.
I would have missed my
What's interesting is that the for all intent and purposes the party was over by probably midnight.
Okay,
but,
so I would have gotten
I
there.
will say, I'll be honest, I will say that I had mentioned it to Roach because Roach was going to be at Governor's that night doing a show in the Little Room, and
Roach, who was blown off this show several times,
countless times.
Okay.
And he does happen to know Sue pretty well, and I said we're going to be here for a little bit longer, and I figured he'd be there for about 15 minutes, and he did wind up staying probably till around 1:30, and but it was no one left at that time. It was me, Susie, Stacy was floating around, and then Roach came by. Johnny had been asleep already. The Flynns had left, so I wouldn't say that I would have expected you after literally 19 days of on the road that you were going to make your first stop in Levittown. You probably wanted to go home and see your mother, see your baby, see your fiance, or whatever you call her.
No, those people do nothing.
Nothing. Yeah.
No, I was very, very tired when I got home.
I imagine.
But,
yeah.
But Carl was picking me up from the airport, so I wasn't driving or anything. So I would have stopped by to say hi. Smoke a little cigar.
We'll keep that in mind for next year.
Next year.
We'll keep that in mind for next year.
See if the invite happens next year.
Yeah, it will definitely. Well, if you're not going to be in Costa Rica or North Carolina, that's going to be 100%.
I will make it a point.
Yeah.
To not book anything.
We got more comments. Go ahead, Anthony.
All right. Well, Diane first. She says, we still love you, Mark.
Thank
but
you.
But
No,
you forgot about Kevin floating?
Who wrote that?
Suzanne.
Oh,
yeah.
That's right. Why did my mom write?
So it's interesting. I forgot about one of the guys that was at the party was one of Susie and Johnny's very close friends, Marty, or his name's Kevin Martin, and we forgot about, all of us forgot about him. He went into the pool around 5 p.m. and he did not come out until 1:45 in the morning, and we were bringing him some drinks and stuff like that, and I think we literally forgot, and then at some point Roach was like, is there someone in the pool, and and I'm like, fuck, that's Marty. He's still in the pool. Wow. And we had tried to get Marty out, and it didn't work, and he stayed for a solid, I'm thinking he was in the pool for a solid 7 hours straight.
Jesus,
Marty
he's still
was
in there?
He was, it's funny. Roach was saying that on his bachelor party, how many years ago, he was in a similar situation where he was in the pool for a very long period of time, and that when he got out of the pool, he had no power of his legs. No disrespect, Tony. He had no power of legs, and people had to carry him out of the pool.
Yeah.
But what's crazy is once we finally got Marty to leave the pool, he just popped right out like he is fucking he was Mark Spitz.
He just Aquaman.
What's funny was we were referring to him as Madison.
We call you Mark Swallows.
That's a Mark Spitz joke right there. We were referring to him as Madison, who was the character played by what was her name? Daryl Hannah in the movie
and Splash.
Yeah. And when they asked what her name was, and she said wee wee. Yeah. So we were calling him that, but he popped out of the pool. I think Stacy had a couple of towels ready for him and dried him off. Next thing you know, he went inside and he passed out cold, and he woke up the next morning.
What a
solid
night! I want a night like that.
Yeah, you dude. It's not over yet. The Galena pool's rocking, and don't come a knocking unless you get invited. But you wouldn't have the other day.
I have not been to your house since last. Was it even last summer? Or the summer before?
No, it was last summer.
Was it last summer?
It was last summer because the first summer of the pool.
I'm due for an invite though.
But you couldn't go in the pool.
I was having hernia surgery.
Oh, that's right. You were having
not that I couldn't go in the pool. Nobody's going to the pool. I wasn't eating because I was on liquid diet.
Oh,
for the hernia.
right. Okay, yeah, exactly. That was last summer because last summer was the first summer of their pool.
Okay.
So so you're due for a visit then.
Yeah, whenever.
Yeah. So I'm sure Susie is taking good attention. Another thing that you missed, which people were asking, we had. And I'm not one to overblow these things, but we had a comedy show of a lifetime, Anthony, right on Thursday.
I heard great things.
Yeah, it was really special. It was, of course, Stacy's run for epilepsy or against epilepsy.
Did she get the epilepsy? She got it?
She actually cured a few people.
Okay, nice.
They were in the middle of a situation.
I thought she was trying to get it.
She wasn't trying to get it.
Okay.
But there was 2 fundraisers that night. There was Stacy's, which I think I had 100-something people here. And the other fundraiser, ironically, was Division Avenue High School Wrestling, which is the local high school here. Yeah. So it was all Levittownies. The audience was, there weren't many empty tables, if any. Is that right, Tony? I mean, it was pretty much packed.
I would agree.
They're still scraping up methamphetamine.
That's right. There was plenty of meth floating around, and it was a packed house. I was really happy to see when I got here that they had given Tony Walker the nod to host. So I had just reached out a few weeks ago asking if he can get a spot, and it turned into him having a paid hosting spot.
Excellent.
And he did a super job. And
I actually called in and asked if they would have him host.
Oh, that was nice of you. Yeah. That was nice. Yeah. No, you definitely did a great job there. Tony did a good job. It was certainly an honor to be the first comic up and have Tony bring me up, and I was able to make a couple of jokes at Tony's expense that worked on the fly. I like doing that. Like I know, when you bring me up, and I brought you up as Rosie O'Donnell before, or Cam from Modern Family. And my jokes about Tony were, and that concludes the Make-A-Wish portion of the show.
Oh, look at this! Look at these guys!
Man, that was it.
In front of a packed house at the Governor's Comedy Club.
And the other one was, let's give him a big leg. Yeah. And so it worked. It worked really well, and we just had a good fucking night. It was like obviously outside of you not being there, which would have really made it the piece de resistance. It was me and Tony and Monty and Half, which is
that's all you need.
That's my crew with you, obviously.
Yeah.
And
and knowing you, it probably felt good going up first because I know you get you're a big ball of nerves.
Yeah, man, it did feel
now
good.
You get to
enjoy myself. You know what? I hadn't eaten all day long because that's how I get on days like that. And as soon as I got off stage, I saw Andrea, and I'm like, buffalo chicken fingers.
Nice.
And she brought me out some.
Very nice.
And it was terrific. And who else really? I mean, there was a bunch of comics. I'm not going to go through all of them, but Ivory Fields, slaughtered.
Nice.
Really, you know Ivory very well.
Speaking
obviously,
of
you worked
chicken.
I mean, I didn't miss this last week. I didn't miss this where I had
That guy always kills. He's great.
Man.
He always kills.
He killed, and he proceeded to take a selfie with every person in the audience after the show.
Exactly.
People didn't really know what was like. They don't know what's going on. Like I saw my people like leaving, and they're like, he's like, "Oh, hold on a second," and like and they're like, "We're not comics, though." Like, you know?
Exactly. Yep.
But
no, every audience member gets a selfie.
Every single audience member. He was on Hempstead Turnpike waving people in. But he's a good man, and he's
a great guy. That his energy is infectious.
Yeah. No, he's
funny guy.
He's really funny and a nice person, and
Definitely
he just brought it. And there was a 14-year-old kid who had finished second on the Apollo at Showtime recently. This kid Ace Wild, who I didn't see his set, but everyone said it was a pretty solid job by a 14-year-old kid.
Really?
I was telling him, I was talking in the green room, and I was saying how my first set was July 13th of 2010. And he's like, I was born on July 7th, 2010.
Oh, man.
That's true. That's true. I was there for that.
And I'm like, motherfucker, man, the kid was a week old, and he was in the audience of my show that day.
Exactly.
His mother was like, this is where it's going to start.
Yeah, that's right.
So he was a sweet kid. It was certainly weird hanging out with a kid in the green room who was going into the same grade as Max and Luca.
Yeah,
right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because I couldn't picture hanging out with those two fucking felons in the green room. But this kid, he did have like a little level of maturity about himself that was a little bit. I don't want to say disturbing, but it was weird. You know,
What's
it was
his name?
weird.
Ace Frehley?
He was Ace Frehley. He was a kid. He had no makeup on. He was. His name's Ace Wild.
Yeah, you got to check this kid out.
Yeah, no, his real name is Joshua Schwartzstein, but I don't know if his real name's Ace Wild. I have no idea, but he did fine, and we had Mary Capone, Michelle Fox, Les Bayer, and pretty much every other comic that's ever done comedy on Long Island was here, and it was terrific. It was a great night, raised a lot of money, and again, getting a chance to, for me, you know how I feel about comedy. Once I'm on that, once I pull the mic out of the stand,
my parents are listening.
All my nerves go away, but it's just the build up. So I love the part of the camaraderie and hanging out with Tony.
The green room hang is the best, and that's what I was saying. You going up first, the rest of your night is a green room hang.
Oh man, it was just total hang, and
especially when
super.
Haft and Monty are there.
Yeah, it was amazing. What did you feel about the night, Tone? What was your take on my performance tonight in general?
What did you feel about the night? What did you feel about my performance?
Don't even talk about the night in general. Just talk about my performance. Yeah, thank you.
Oh, you were there?
Yes, thank you.
No, I thought you were great, pal. And
thank you, sir. Thank you.
I wanted to so bad. I just didn't have the balls. I wanted to introduce you as Herschy.
Oh, that would have been great.
I didn't have the balls to do it.
No, that would have been awesome.
His name escapes me. Herschy.
Right. That would have been amazing.
Oh yes.
No, but I thought it was one of. I mean, my time on stage is limited compared to you guys, but for me, it was one of my favorite nights.
Yeah, it was
stand-up. I just had a blast.
It was a special night, and certainly the job of the host becomes increasingly more difficult when you're literally having to come back on stage every 5 to 10 minutes for the next 6.5 hours.
Yeah.
So, luckily for Tony, there were no baskets at the end of the night.
That's good.
There was just a 50-50.
Yeah.
That was it. And, overall, it was just like a super, super, super night. So,
yeah, I heard great things. I'm sorry that I had to miss it, but
we missed you. But we'll be back. We'll be doing another show probably as soon as I forget about the severe anxiety that I had the whole week last week.
Yeah. Once that subsides, 6 months from now,
you know what it was?
do another
like,
show.
Aside from the fact, I think I told you this, that I had a lot of people in the audience that knew me. I had a buddy from Colorado that had never seen me perform, and I hadn't seen him in 10 years. Yeah. My old Briarcliff crew who hasn't seen me perform.
The Cliff was here.
The Cliff was here, and they hadn't seen me perform, most of them, since my first time out 14 years ago.
Yeah.
So that was like a big deal because I definitely have changed as a comic since then. There's no question about that, and I wanted them to see that. I mean, I think that come the fall, maybe we'll do another H&K show.
I think the next show should be a podcast show.
Maybe I always love. I think we've done it before, like a holiday type show, like early December. there's always a good vibe in the crowd.
That's what we did last year. It was right around Hanukkah.
Yeah, I think it's always a good vibe, and maybe we'll get the same band back together. We'll get Monty Half. Maybe we'll see. We can obviously Tony, and maybe we can pull like a Keith Anthony out of the closet a little bit.
Yeah, Keith Anthony was here. I was here Sunday. Keith Anthony came down to the spot. This past Sunday.
Oh, was that they did a fundraiser in honor of Kenny who had passed?
Yes, Kenny, the security guy that was here who passed away a few months ago. They had a fundraiser for him.
Okay.
So I was out and doing a show in Suffolk for James, and he said, "Yeah, go down to the club, do a spot."
How was that show? It must have been
great.
Killer.
It was a great show. A lot of people showed up for Kenny and his family.
Good.
Ozzy,
Roach come down or no?
Roach did come down. Yeah, Roach. Was fucking Roach?
Chris
Roach was here.
The bald guy.
Yeah. Oh, the tall guy.
The
yeah,
tall guy, not bald guy.
He was the bald guy.
Did he turn bald since he was at my house on Saturday?
Was he friggin'? No, Roach wasn't here. No, Roach was not here.
But Keith did a killer set.
It was a killer show.
Nice.
Ozzy went up on stage for a few minutes.
Oh,
Ozzy,
wow.
the security guy.
Nice.
He went up
he was friends with Kenny.
Yeah, he was one of Kenny's best friends. He said a couple words, just, told a couple jokes, just said some stuff about Kenny.
Yeah.
But he went up on stage first.
Yeah.
It was a great show. Kevin Downey Jr. was here. Carrie Karavis closed it
killer.
out. Carla, me.
Huge.
Awesome show.
That's amazing.
Speaking of Carla, she wants to know why is he wearing sunglasses inside at night?
You know what? It's typical Carla. Carla to be insensitive to someone with glaucoma.
Exactly.
Okay?
Yeah. Exactly.
You know what?
He just had cataract surgery, Carla.
She doesn't care at all. She just always wants to be hurtful. I wonder if she watches the
never like why are they so handsome and the light shines off their
what's interesting
skin.
Though during the week whenever they have that swimming guppies show, what is it called with the Travis
Whistling
and you?
Dixie?
What is that show called again? Floating in the puddles. What is it called?
Treading lightly on water.
Treading lightly. Those two guys, which are obviously we know they're very handsome young men. They always wear sunglasses.
Nobody comments on them wearing sunglasses.
Do you question why is Hugh Murray the 15th wearing sunglasses today? Is that ever happening?
Because they're perceived as cool.
And I'm just I'm like I'm a boomer. I can't wear sunglasses that I bought from Amazon just to try to look cool on the show.
Exactly.
Well, I'm not answering that. So thank you for trying to be hurtful, but it didn't work.
But
Carla,
Carla and Suzanne Galena are going to steal your sunglass collection.
Well, what's funny is Sue has established long ago that she detests me in any type of glasses. So it's almost fair
and even when you're not wearing glasses.
I meant period. Detests me at all times. But she did have a nice little bash for me. But we're not gonna go back on that. We don't want any hurt feelings. Speaking of hurt feelings, Lisa Funny One Lady Marie. What was the name of the comic you worked with?
One Funny Lisa Marie.
So tell me. So Keegan, for those who don't know, was opening for One Funny Lisa Marie, who is the lady from Staten Island who became a very big hit social media wise during the pandemic. Her young husband sadly passed away, but then she was doing videos. And long story short, she's now. I don't think she even refers to herself as a comic, though, right?
Yeah, she's like maybe an entertainer or
tells a little shtick.
Tells some stories. She's very funny, very, very sweet, very nice.
Okay.
What a great show. I mean, she packed out the Suffolk Theater, and these people. She has a rabid fan base.
Okay.
And like people that I went to high school with that I haven't seen in years, like, oh my God, I was at the Lisa Marie show. I'm like, okay, well, I've been doing comedy for 14 years.
Right, and actually doing comedy.
They're like, this is the first time I've seen you. And I'm like, all right,
hurtful.
Well, very hurtful.
Was it just you and her? That was
just me and her. So yeah, she likes to have a male opener. Yeah, it was me there. It's a beautiful theater. I've never been to Suffolk Theater.
So you open with how much?
I do 20 minutes up front.
Shit.
She does like 45.
Okay.
And then she does a meet and greet afterwards. And it's a great show. And then her fan base is awesome. Like they just come out to have a good time.
Yeah.
And it's the perfect time. It was at a 5 o'clock on a Sunday, so nobody's like dreading Monday yet.
Right.
It's not so.
Show's over by you're home by 8:30.
Yeah. I was here at the club by 7:30.
Oh shit.
Okay. After the show,
so you bring her up and
actually she has an assistant or someone that brings her up. So the assistant.
So you get off stage and then
I go on stage. Actually, James, the owner governor, he does the announcement.
Okay.
Brings me on stage.
Yeah.
I do 20 minutes, And then the assistant, gets on the microphone. She introduces Lisa Marie. They play a little energetic music, and she comes out, and people just go fucking nuts.
Let's get it started.
Okay. Let's get retarded.
Yeah, that's the Down syndrome version they have for the kids. That's nice.
But
and so she knocked it out of the park.
She did. She's great. She's very sweet.
Yeah,
really nice, and
but not nice enough to when you had brought up the idea of her coming on the podcast that I've been trying.
It's the old, call my people, and
you could be honest because I know it was probably awkward. Did you float the idea at all?
I mentioned it. I even said I think my podcast host might have co-host.
Oh yes,
might have
I have 17 sent emails.
Or somebody. Yeah. Reached out. She's like, "Oh yeah, that would be great." Just reach out to Linda, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And okay.
Linda's giving me the slip in the worst way possible. So that was about a year ago that I tried. She was going to be here for a weekend. This is like maybe 10, 11 months ago, and then they just stonewalled me. And then the show came and went, and she never showed. Never. So I did reach out Monday, like, hey. Half of my podcast was the guy that was with her opening up for her yesterday. They had a great time together. We'd love to have her on for a 15-minute Zoom. Cricket since Monday. Yeah. So I won't give up. I won't relent. It'll be the last chance you'll ever have to work with her after when I get finished with her.
Exactly. No the restraining order is going to come.
That'll be cool just because she does have a big fan base, and
I was upset because she had gone to Briarmere Farms before the show.
She did,
and did not offer to share any pie with me.
What kind of pies did she get? Because
she got apple, which I'm like, dude, all right, rookie move.
Rookie move or not, the apple crumb.
It is great.
From Briarmere.
The apple crumb from Briarmere
is
stupid. Better than any apple crumb you'll ever have in your life.
Yeah,
you got to go raspberry cream when you go to Briarmere Farms.
All right. I mean that's fair. And by the way, I will tell you that I will be willing to put the apple crumb from Whistle Stop in Long Beach on Lawson Boulevard against the Briarmere. But
I've had Whistle Stop. Carla goes there sometimes.
Yeah, well, you guys don't live far from it, so absolutely. But so she stopped.
We should do a taste test one day. We'll get a couple apple crumb pies. And
that would be wonderful. Yeah. It's really what people want to see.
Not even on the show. I'll just do it.
That would be. Yeah, we'll just do it. We'll do it at my house. We'll do it at Sue's house.
The raspberry cream from Briarmere Farms. Me and Tim Dillon killed an entire one time.
Oh, he always talks about it.
He always loves Briarmere. We have two of our favorite places in common. He loves Artie's Seafood in Island Park.
Delicious.
Which is awesome. And Briarmere Farms. And we killed an entire raspberry cream pie at an open mic one night.
Fucking amazing. And basically, your careers have taken a very similar trajectory. So
exactly, so that might be the reason why we're both
all makes sense.
Successful. Yeah.
Speaking of incredibly delicious, I will say that Sue and Johnny barbecued some London broils, but two things that were on the menu that were fucking lights out. Sue's mom, Nan, who I love Nanette. She's a great person, someone very dear to me. Mm-hmm. She knows that I like these corn fritters that she makes.
Ooh.
And I got there was like a huge pan of these.
Oh, man.
They look like potato pancakes, but they were corn fritters, and they were lights out. So that happened, and then Sue was
No, you didn't invite me. You couldn't even save me a fritter.
Sue had early in the morning sent me a picture that she was peeling potatoes, and she made some lights out mashed potatoes that were
nice.
Insane.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did she put like bacon in it or anything?
No, just like straight up.
A nice straight up mashed potato?
I like it straight, like Stacy makes great mashed potatoes.
Her
like
mom did.
They were lumped out.
Oh, I love a good lump.
Yeah, they were. No, these were definitely they were terrific. So
nice.
I wanted to put that out there, but so good. So maybe we have a shot in hell to get
best mashed potatoes. Believe it or not, my dad.
Oh, I believe it.
Dad makes a good mashed potato.
I believe it.
Perfect consistency.
Yeah,
that's his job. Thanksgiving.
He's known for consistency, if nothing else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, that's his job every Thanksgiving. Make the mashed potatoes, and that's what he's known for.
This year, when he brings out those potatoes and you have yourself a couple of glops of it, just go over and give him a big bear hug.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That won't be awkward. Yeah.
Just one big bear hug.
Big potato hug.
Speaking of potatoes, have you been following? I'm the king of the segues. I always have it in my mind how I'm going to segue through. Which reminds me, one of my biggest fears when I started doing stand-up, and I was working with Rich Walker and Peter Bales and Steve Lazarus, and I remember I was putting my set together. One of my biggest fears was like, how am I going to segue one subject to another?
Yeah.
You know, like talking about, my kids, and then next thing I know, I'm talking about, sharks in the ocean. And Peter Bales just said, just let the laughter be the segue. Like let there be some laughter. You can switch.
He's like Jiminy Cricket.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Constance be your guide.
I used to feel like every single joke, even if I did 10 or 15 minutes, that every joke had a segue into another. Yeah. You know what I mean? But it doesn't. It doesn't. You can switch topics.
Yeah, exactly. That's great advice.
Yeah,
that was one of my fears also. Sometimes I'll go into something completely different, and I'll acknowledge how bad of a segue that was.
Though. Oh, you will? Okay.
And that'll get a laugh, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
And be like, going, and then I was hanging out with my daughter, and speaking of abortions, like something like that, and I'll be like, great segue, like.
So you'll intentionally
I'll
do an
intentionally
awkward
do a bad segue, and that'll get a laugh.
That's good. That I tried something similar where, and I've done this before, where I did a callback in the show the other day. Sue Galena, by the way, the queen of the callback. She's very good at it. But I did a callback, and it really didn't work that well. And it was one of the few things that didn't work. Because I said, I didn't tell you this, but I had I probably did about 12 or 13 minutes, and the first 5 or 6 minutes was all new stuff I wrote.
Oh, wow.
All new stuff. I did a bit about old people and the random wounds they wind up with, and they have a big bandage slapped on their head, and they have no idea how they get there. Yeah. So anyway, I did a callback at some point, and then it didn't really work out that well. So I did a little I stepped out of my comedic personality for a second, and I was like, that's what they call a callback in comedy, and it works sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't work. That time it didn't work, and the explanation of the bad callback also sucked a dick.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh,
it didn't.
man.
Which was okay, because I was about to lead into a powerhouse old school joke.
Okay,
So
you kind of taking them down here to bring.
Yeah, I brought them way down. Yeah. I brought them to the point of the exit. Yeah. But I knew that I had in my pocket the erectile dysfunction joke.
Yeah,
where
you had erectile dysfunction in your pocket.
No, I just had that in my pocket, like I usually do. It's always there. Yeah, exactly. Just limp. But I knew that's something that's been in my mind for years. Like, what if I really just tell a joke and it just goes flat? Yeah. Well, in my mind, I know that I have some other shit coming that's strong, and a joke like the erectile dysfunction bit where raking the leaves is a big laugh for me.
Yeah,
and I'll never, even when I write new material, I will not stop using that bit if for no other reason than, and I think I've told you this was like maybe 8 or 9 years ago. I was doing a spot at the brokerage, and Carl LeBove was on the show. Carl LeBove was closing the show, obviously, and I must have gone like second or third, and I was really happy with the way that the set had worked out. And I walked out outside. I sat on the bench, out in the brokerage, and Carl LeBove followed me, and he's like, "Dude, that was a great fucking bit." He's like, "That's a great bit," and I was like, he was such a nice man. May he rest in peace. Yeah. So I didn't know if he was just like, blowing smoke up my ass just because he was such a nice guy, or if he really liked the bit. And then he started to recite the bit, which is usually when a comic knows your bit, they usually know that they usually they enjoyed it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So I can't really ever stop doing that.
Yeah, no, it's your little ode to Carl LeBove.
Yeah, my little ode to Carl LeBove.
And it's always like, when I do new stuff, I'll always do the new stuff sandwich where you do some old stuff, new stuff, but then you can dig yourself out because you have a bit that's gonna work.
Yeah.
That's it.
Do you want to go? Are we finished?
I had something to say.
Show's over?
Yeah,
what happened?
I'll see you next week in 2 weeks.
That's it. Thank God the cameras were off this whole time.
I had something to say, and I completely forgot what it was going to be.
That's it. We'll get back to it.
Suzanne says she will happily have an end-of-the-year pool night and have Kev bring upside down pizza?
I love upside down
sorry
pizza.
Sorry about that. I forgot that
there
Kev
was
brought
upside down pizza too.
I forgot that Kev brought. He goes.
Did OAR play this
OAR
backyard
was there.
party?
They were actually in the pool with Kev. Yeah, they were in the pool with Kev. But Kev lives in Long Beach, so he stopped at this place called Francesca's, I think it's called, and he brought not one but two massive heaping boxes of upside down pizza,
man.
And I'm not.
It wasn't originally upside down when he was in the pool.
That's right.
It was accidentally.
It was just regular pizza that you were just pulling the cheese off the box. So I had like a mouthful of cardboard and cheese. I'm not eating. I'm in a little different place right now. But I had Nan cut me a half of a upside down slice.
You can't cut your own slice.
I'm like, it's my birthday. You know what I mean? But
child.
Can I just tell you, it was sensational, and I think it was around like. It might have been like 1 o'clock or 1:30 in the morning. Because when Roach, the times that Roach has been over was when one time when my dad passed away and he came over. We were sitting shiver at my house, and there was a lot of kosher food, a lot of Jewish food. My buddy owned a kosher deli at the time, and he was like loving like the corned beef and the pastrami, and he was loving the Dr. Brown's cream soda and the black cherry. Yeah. Well, Susie always has black cherry Dr. Brown's in her fridge, because her kids like it. Luca and the baby Nino like it. And I was like, do you want a Dr. Brown's? And Susie's like, yeah, I'll go get him. So she went and got him. And then I was like, there's upside down pizza. And then Sue came back out with, I think, like 5 slices of heated up, but not just like shitty microwave heated up. She has like I don't know if it's a convection oven or something that
they know what they're doing.
This is no joke. The Gleaners don't play around. Yeah. So she came out with like 5 perfectly cooked slices of pizza, and so Stabile had one, and then Roach had one, and then one of Sue's 14 dogs. When Roach wasn't looking, she came and snarfed it, and I was like, well, there's still more. But I'm like, I don't really want you to have to make Sue cook again, whatever. He's like, no, I like it cold.
Cold pizza.
So he snarfed down a couple of more.
Really?
I guess upside down pizza cold is probably really sensational.
Oh yeah.
Because it's like cheese gets a little bit congealed, and the
sauce.
You got
the sauce on top of it.
Yeah,
it's great.
So that
was good. My favorite pizza in Long Beach. You ever go to Sorrento's?
I don't know if I know
Sorrento's. Is one of my favorite Dave Portnoy reviews for pizza, because and I've been there and I can attest to it. He's like, I go in there and it's like they don't want you in there. They're like,
is that legit?
It's legit. Like, dude, I've called that place and they're like, I was calling to make a reservation, and they're like, we're closing at 4 o'clock. I'm like, it's 1 o'clock right now, and like they're angry that you're trying to make a reservation. Yeah. And he even said, he goes, the guy was angry that I was going to do this review. He didn't want me to do the review. He didn't want to tell anybody. He was angry to serve me the pizza.
Of course.
And he's like, but I can't say this isn't a 9-1. It's a 9-1.
A 9-1.
He gave it a 9-1.
That's Sorrento's.
Phenomenal pizza.
All right, because Max and I have been hitting some places up. We went to New Park recently. So Sorrento's in LB.
Yep.
Okay.
Sorrento's in Long Beach. You got to try it.
Is it on Park Avenue? Where is it?
They moved. It was on Park Avenue, but they burned down.
Oh, and now I heard about that.
Kind of towards on the west end a little bit.
Okay.
More.
All right.
But
I'll go there.
Sorrento's in Long Beach. Take Maxie there.
Yeah, I'm gonna say maybe when Nan and Pop come out, they'll bring some, but it's not good. We should go there and get it hot.
Yeah, go there and get it hot. But either way, and it's also that they have like a Italian butcher there also, so you can get all kinds of stuff and
all stuff butchered.
All stuff butchered.
All right, that's good to know. Very good. Sorrento's in Long Beach. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the upside down pizza was absolutely outstanding.
Man, I missed out.
No, we'll have another chance. We'll have another chance. Yeah. The one thing I wanted to talk about during this time that you were away, whether it be in Costa Rica or in Asheville, were you following the Olympics at all? I know that's something you and I wanted to discuss today. Were you following that at all?
I followed it reluctantly. It was an abortion of an Olympics, but yeah, I enjoyed the circus of it.
Explain to me, because I really tried not to follow it. I was rooting against the USA men's Olympic team basketball. They almost lost to the Sudan or something.
And the women's team for not having Caitlin Clark play.
Just so much stupidity. Angel Reese should have been on the team. Caitlin Clark should have been on the team. I couldn't stand. Jalen Brunson wasn't asked, so it was pissing me off that the USA was winning. But breakdancing thing was almost like it was like a In Living Color skit.
Yeah,
what was that?
Like I'm watching that Australian one. First of all, it was all ridiculous.
Yeah.
All the breakdancing was stupid.
Fucking asinine.
It was stupid.
Fucking asinine. Yeah.
Not one person that did that breakdancing was any better than going to the Bronx and seeing somebody on the street corner.
I don't think any better. I think comically worse.
And comically worse. But that Australian one who's hopping around like a kangaroo.
What was that?
It was.
What was the movies that we had when we were kids? That those breakdancing movies. There was like legit breakdancing movies when we were kids.
I don't remember the names, but I know
someone. Sue will probably know, or someone watching Tony will know the breakdancing movies that I'm thinking of. Beach Street, maybe it might have been called.
Could very well be. It looks like you're out there doing a chicken dance. Like
it was just fucking
you see
horrific.
Like somebody like Simone Biles.
Oh, I'd love to see her breakdance.
I'd love to see her breakdance.
Yeah,
but who's just this absolute perfect.
Little
athlete,
body,
perfect little thing, perfect athlete who's trained for years and years to become the absolute best
that's
what she does.
You know what? Thank you. I couldn't put my finger on it, like Dr. Larry Nassar did. That was terrible. Oh
wow.
My God in heaven!
How did I?
That was
crazy. Larry Nassar joke in there.
No, but I couldn't figure out what was pissing me off so much about the breakdancing. It's because these people aren't professional anything.
Goofballs. You see people breakdance, they're goofballs.
Nonsense.
It's a goofy little dance.
Yeah. Right.
It looks like the chicken dance, and then this Australian one who gets a 0. How bad do you have to be to perform at the Olympics, and then immediately after you get off, they're like, "We're never doing this again."
Yeah. What the fuck?
They cut breakdance. It was stupid that they were doing it to begin with, and then they cut it. And like she was saying, she's like, "Oh well, it would have gone over a lot better at the next Olympics in L.A."
Why? You know? Yeah. So there was that. Then there was a 3-on-3 basketball tournament. I think.
Exactly. Yeah.
What other weird shit was there? There's other weird fucking nonsense. Like what happened when we were kids? Like you'd watch like legit like Bruce Jenner type of shit back in the day.
These people that are just
specimens,
physical specimens.
Yeah, Usain
who are
Bolt.
just at the top of what they do, which like real sports, like real running and throwing and jumping and swimming.
Mm-hmm.
And
nonsense.
Now you have these clowns, and because they just want to make everything a goddamn sideshow, and I'm sick of it.
Yeah, that's it, liberal Mike. Liberal Mike is back.
I'm sick of it.
Attaboy. We do have to touch on. It's funny how many people.
Speaking of Larry Nassar,
how many people have actually texted me like, "You need to talk about this." Now I had the note down in my notes for a week already, but the truth is, and it is comedy, but it also is the agony of defeat that the pole vaulter, who basically lost because the size of his beanbag.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, explain to me.
He was clearing that pole.
Clearing the pole. Now, he was a tried and true Olympic athlete.
Yes.
He was definitely in
a legitimate Olympic event.
Peak physical condition. Been doing this what country was he from?
Africa?
No,
he was no.
He
was a white guy. I
could be South Africa, I guess, but I don't know where he was from.
I forget what country he's from. I'll look it up.
His hammer was like literally the downfall, which it was the demise of his Olympic career.
Yeah,
like can you
He's from Sweden? Are Swedish people known?
Oh, they're very sweet. Yeah. But can you just imagine like?
And you saw the outline in this thing. It looked like this. It was.
Oh,
it was like
no. He had a microphone penis.
Yeah, exactly.
He had an old school microphone
and this
penis.
Thing, like. Is there not a better way to lose though?
I mean, could you just imagine? Like, let's just
say
I can't. That
I'm from Ireland.
His family in Sweden was they didn't get to see any of it, and he came home and they're like, what happened? Wait, why are they Nazis all of a sudden?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And he's like, nah, I got beat. And he's like, was it? Did you
but
not?
You were the best. You were the best.
You trained every single day, Sven. What happened? Oh, is he Jewish now? What happened?
He's a Jewish Nazi.
So, did you not get enough speed? No, I was going very fast.
Did you not get enough height?
No, the height was very good. So,
Charlie?
Oh, no. Who is that? Well, don't answer until we know who it is.
Oh, I know. Go ahead.
Okay.
All right.
No, so, yeah. Did you not get enough height?
Did you answer it? Yeah. Governor's Radio, how can we help you?
It's me!
Is this Sue Galena?
I wanted to know if you guys got to the swimming video yet.
Oh, my God in heaven. Carlito, please, Carlito, we're in the middle of a penis story.
We're doing a penis story. We're having a professional show here.
Oh,
but
my
yes,
God.
we did get to the swimming video, Carla. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, what are
I
you
got to
doing?
tell you, I wanted to make sure that you and all your viewers knew that I tried to help Mike. You know, in this situation, I kept telling him, like, I tried to explain to him that he's not quite as dense as I am and my daughters, that he's just much more buoyant of a human. So,
Yeah.
like, the river would take him, right? And he didn't listen. And I also warned him that more people, you'd be surprised how many people like Mike will drown in 12 inches of water.
It was more than 12 inches of water, first of all. Second of all, they missed the part where Carla was holding my head under the water.
Right, I don't understand why Mike had cement blocks on his ankles the whole time. I don't understand that part. And the fact that I think the algaed rocks plays a big factor here, where normally you can just climb onto a big heaping rock.
Those rocks were very slippery, Carla.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I will forward you updated pictures that I have, since you guys didn't have this much, of me, Juliana, tiny Juliana, and Isabella without water shoes on, climbing all over the very same rock.
Yeah,
That's fine.
You didn't have to tell everyone I was wearing water shoes also, Carla.
Oh, my God in heaven.
So we have bare feet. He's got actual water shoes on.
It turns out that this wasn't a live body of water. It was actually the hotel pool that Mike was in. Sir, you're
sorry, Carla, that you're a sea mammal and you're used to this.
That's right. Right. You Colombians work differently, okay?
Yeah. I'm not from South America.
Right. This is an Irish
So
Italian
you don't know how
kid
to
from
swim?
Yeah. This is an Irish Italian kid who was raised at the Acorn Lane pool in Levittown. Okay? This is a whole different ball of wax, all right, Carla?
Don't tell me the bottom of that pool is not slimy, because I'm sure it is.
Riddled with algae.
It's all hair grease.
Riddled with algae. But most of the people in that pool are allowed to wear Timberland boots. So you were just wearing your slides.
Yeah.
But we did.
Carla did try to help me at the very end when I clawed my way back. You will see her reach her hand out.
Yeah.
Which was.
And if you really look closely, you'll see that the water is knee-high.
It looked to me in the video that she was giving a push motion though with her hand.
I was just gonna say, like you see her reaching her hand out, but I think it's pushing rather than.
I saw like
accepting.
the bottom of a hand, like a shove.
Yeah.
Well, Carla.
Yes, go ahead. I'm just yelling at him. Just stand up.
Yeah. Well,
but I can't because I can't get a grip on anything to stand, and the water was pushing me.
Why were you whispering though? Just stand up.
I'm screaming, stand up, and then at one point, I think Isabella yelled, kneel. So, that's how low the water was, that if he would kneel and just...
I was like, why is she calling me Neil? My name is Mike.
I love the fact that people were giving directions to Mike like he was a porpoise in the middle of the thing. Like, look at that. Look at these catching a fish.
Roll over.
That's a person.
Roll over.
That's not a seal.
Yeah.
That's Mikey.
Sit.
Well, thank you for your contribution, Carla, and thank you for making sure that Mikey came home to us, because that would have been pretty scary if he didn't.
Thank you for saving my life.
We appreciate it very much.
Yeah, Mike's parents are still alive. I couldn't come home and let them know he drowned in 6 inches of water. They would die of embarrassment.
No, that would have been bad, and we are happy to have him back, and we're happy to have you on the show. We are going to be ending, so we are going to kick you off very briefly, but we do love you, and we are glad that you had a wonderful time, and thank you for your contribution, and please don't take Mikey to Costa Rica ever again.
Thank you.
Okay?
And thank you. That's Carla Okerson, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Carla. Love you.
Thanks for having me on. Say invite to your birthday party also. Bye.
Love you. Bye. So, not that it took the swag away from my story, but I was saying that that was a good contribution by Carla, and certainly better than the time when she brought my whole family here for my birthday, and I was eating some sort of fondue cake.
Speaking of that,
yeah. Oh no. But so again, this guy comes home from Sweden.
Yeah.
And the family who hadn't seen the video yet, this is something I've obviously been conjuring up in my mind.
Yes. Did you not have enough speed?
That's right. Thank you. Very good. No, I was going very fast.
Oh, so you did not get enough height.
No, surprisingly, my spring was as good as usual.
Were you not propelled enough as you've been training?
The propel was good. So just ask me what it was.
Sven, what happened?
My dick. It was my dick. My dick got in the way. I'm a big, and then the old grandfather's in the back. I always told him his dick was gonna get him into trouble. Sven and your big dick.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
it's something I never have to worry about losing a pole vault.
Oh no! I would definitely be a gold medalist. There's no question about it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, he won because I think he has a vagina.
That's right. We would just get stuck on the pole. Oh my God in heaven!
Goodness.
Amazing. Well, I think we're going to close off on that note. We rifled through this hour. It was so nice to have us back together again. And again, we loved having PV on last week, but this is our wheelhouse, and we appreciate everybody watching as always. Now that I don't have anything to promote for at least 5 months, Mikey, before we go, why don't you tell us what you have coming up? And there's a big show coming up. Any day.
Saturday night. We're going to be right over here and about 20 feet away in the Governor's Comedy Club.
Is that sold out yet? There's still tickets
There's
available?
still a couple tickets left.
Okay.
It's selling well.
Okay.
But yeah, Saturday night right here at Governor's Comedy Club in the Giggle Room.
So that's going to be Mikey. Is it Jeff
Mike
Bosey?
Keegan and friends. Jeff Bosey. Jeff Paul's going to be closing it out.
Killer. That's
buddy.
sick.
Carla Ogerson. Hugh Murray's going to be hosting it.
That's going to be a great show.
It'll be a lot of fun.
So just for people who don't realize this, the Giggle Room does not hold a lot of seats. They maybe sell 85 to 90, I believe.
Yeah, they cap out at 90, but my sweet spot's 80. I don't like it too crowded.
So let's just say right now there are 60 tickets sold. 20 tickets can sell in about 3 minutes because people do buy seats for the last minute for this.
Yeah.
So if you want to go to this show, go on govs.com right now. Put your money in, $15, $20. What is it?
17.
Like that.
I think it's like $17.
Yeah, go ahead and buy your tickets. And, between Hugh and Bosey and Keegs and Carla, it's going to be a killer show.
Yeah,
okay?
thank you.
So there you go. Tone, Knock 'em Dead Comedy. What do you have coming up, my man?
We have, in September, we have a couple of shows. A murder mystery at the brokerage and the game show in the Giggle Room.
That's it, huh?
Well, I got more, but you always yell at me for.
Oh no, I don't. No.
No, I appreciate the time. That's
no,
funny.
I don't
Thank
ever
you.
want to yell at you. It's never yelling at you. I just think it's sometimes that it might be an exercise of futility when you're promoting shows for 2028. I think people they might not have their schedules planned out by that point. So no, it's always good to promote something that's really coming up soon. That's all. Yeah. So
Gov's Comedy Club podcast. We have some shows in the Giggle Room coming up in October and November as well. So go to govs.com.
Nice. Okay, folks, you know the drill. Share and like and all that kind of stuff. And good to be back. We will. I guess we're not going to be here next week because Tony's going to be in London.
We'll be back after that. I guess.
After that, yeah, we'll be back after that. So
good, nice contribution, Mike.
Very good, very good. Okay, folks, thanks again. We love you. We'll see you.
All right, subscribe, share.
Share.
Bye.